Hey, besties. Let's throw some shade, honey. You ready to get into it? I want this season to be Shannon's breakout season. Of course, she's been on the show for seasons and seasons and seasons, but I want this to be her best season yet. And I think she wants that for herself, honey. She's looking good. She sounds good. You know, she's doing her work. I'm sure she feels good. She went on Love Hotel and she's met some men friends, and these are friends she can just call and hang out with and have a little arm candy when you need it. I'm like, hey, Shannon, date them all, sis. Date them all. I love that for Shannon. I want this to be her breakout season, her best season yet. I want her to get into it, heal the traumas and the dramas and just stand on business and just deal with yourself for once in your life. Welcome, besties. You are now behind the shade, and thanks for joining me. I recap your favorite reality shows weekly. Now let's kiki and haha and get into another episode. It's the Real Housewives of Orange County. Yes, season 19. All right then, girls, that's been a long time. Episode 3, Knee Deep in Lies. Besties, how would you rate this week's episode, child? It gets a 7 from me. It's a solid. It was solid. It was good. It was entertaining. It was gathering. I enjoyed it for the most part. But drop down in the comments and let me know what you thought about this week's episode. And hello and welcome to my new besties. I see the subscriber numbers are going up. Thank you. Keep sharing, commenting, and liking. Get me in the algorithm so that others will discover me. I have a goal. I'm trying to get to 2,000. But make sure you like the video, like I just said. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. And make sure your notification bell is on so that you know each and every time I post my content. Now, child, let's get into these taglines, okay? Jen, life can be hard, but so are my abs. Life can be hard, but so are my abs. Okay, girl. Shannon, for once, the only dogs in my life are golden retrievers. That made me kiki. I liked it. Emily, I may not be your cup of tea, but I'll bring you an espresso martini. Mm, I just think she should have said, I may be your cup of tea, but I will bring you an espresso martini. And we know that's all these girls love to drink. And I told y'all, besties, if you remember last season, I tried one and I did not like it. But I did hear Heather talking to the bartender, the waiter, about an espresso martini, and the waitress said that they don't put cream in there, so it's dark. And Heather was like, "Oh yes, mm-hmm." So I'm thinking maybe I need to try it again and say no cream and have a dark martini. Huh? Have you guys ever had one? Do you like it? Let me know. Heather's says, "I love life in the hills, so I always take the high road." That was good. Gina, I may work in real estate, but that doesn't mean I'm buying what you're selling. That's okay. Katie, I swear to tell the truth. Girl, shut up. I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but my truth. So, baby, right then and there, you didn't say it right because you're a liar. You're lying in this tagline. Liar. Tamara, I'm taking a hard look in the mirror and my reflection is still hot. Girl, you are shriveling up like a raisin, Tamara. Girl, I was looking at your hands and your arms. baby, baby. And under your eyes, Okay, Tamara, you're getting older. How old is Tamara? Okay, wait. I be wanting to know, y'all. This is how I am when I'm watching TV. I be like, well, what sign is she? What? How old is she? I think Tamara is a Taurus, if I remember. Hold on. Tamara Judge. Tamara is 57. Okay. Well, she don't look bad for almost 60, but dang, Tamara, okay. Oh, she's a Virgo. Yeah, I knew she was an Earth sign. She's a Virgo, September 2nd, 1967. Respect your elders. She's gonna be 58 in a minute. Okay, so that is the taglines. What do y'all think? I like Heather's. Shannon's was funny. And that's what I like about Shannon. She's funny and she's not trying to be. She's just funny because she's quirky and kind of, she's just funny naturally and don't even realize it. Okay, so the episode starts. This is the next day from lunch with Katie at the hot pot. So production plays back what Tamara said on her podcast with Teddy about Slade's son's passing. Tamara said the son's mother, I believe her name was Michelle, she lost everything while she was caring for Grayson. And she had mentioned how Gretchen got a big old chunk of money, and meanwhile, the baby mama has to raise funeral costs through a GoFundMe. Emily points out that Tamara shouldn't have said that. And then she says all Tamara does is rationalize why she says the things she says. Never takes accountability, just explains and rationalizes why she said it. And I mean, if you believe what you're saying, that's what most people are going to do. They're going to explain to you because clearly you don't understand their way of thinking. So that is their just cause, is to rationalize because they want you to understand them. Okay. But then at the same time, I like what Gina said about Tamara. Get to that in a minute. So what she means, for instance, Tamara says, we were trying to help with funeral costs, and I said, I hope Gretchen donates too. That's all I was saying. And it was like, that's not what you said, girl. You called Slade a deadbeat and everything. So Gina feels like Tamara just doesn't hear herself talk. And I was like, that's an interesting point. When you're so busy defending and not taking accountability, you just be rambling and just trying to make what you say right. And that might be, not to step on anyone's toes, but that could be a Virgo trait. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It's hard to prove a Virgo wrong. That's all I'm saying. And I got plenty of proof of what I'm saying. Uh-huh. I have a lot of Virgos in my family. So Tamara is still mad at Gretchen for commenting on her daughter's minor Facebook page. And, she's trying to compare apples to oranges. And she's also mad, for getting tag teamed by Gretchen and Jen at the lunch the day before. So after Hot Pot, we find out Katie sent Shannon a text because she felt so bad, So her text said that she felt terrible, even mortified, and she's regretting the recording and sharing it with Alexis. Okay, so here again in this episode, Katie says she admits to sharing the video with Alexis, and at the same time, she'll tell you that no one saw it. She did that last week and she did it this week. Oh my goodness. So Shannon left her on red. And I'm loving that for Shannon because, you got to leave people where they at. You got to leave them where they had you effed up, right? So Gina thinks in time Shannon will get over it. I mean, okay. Maybe, maybe not. When people start to heal and things start changing and they got to get through some tough points in their life, they may not come back to bull. They trying to have peace and harmony and build a life that they can be comfortable in. And it may not include you in your stuff. it may just your season is up, okay? And we need to be okay with that. We need to stop having these attachment issues. Things are okay until it's not, okay? And you have to address when it's not. It's not okay, okay? It is not okay. We'll get into what Shannon had to say at the end of this review, honey. So Katie told Shannon no one heard the recording other than her husband. Oh my goodness. Lie. See what I'm saying? This girl just be lying. And Shannon's like, she don't DGAF because she knows she's lying. Go on, Shannon. You know what I'm saying? Break out, Shannon. Break out. I am about, I don't know if I ever been, but I'm not a team anybody. I'm team God. But I already said I want her to break out. I want her to, this got to be the best season. Come on, Shannon. You're doing good so far. So Heather tells her that she called Alexis, and Alexis said Katie played it for her at lunch. And then Alexis said she couldn't remember if Jen was there or not. And I'm like, what do you mean you can't remember? Do y'all smoke weed? Like, where are you menopausal? Why can't you remember if you was at lunch with one person or two people? Was it a table of two or three? I mean, why can't anyone remember Jen? And then Jen don't be remembering. She don't even remember if she was there or not. Like, what is happening? Lying, just lying. So Katie says they were on a triple date. Okay, so you don't know if you was a table of 4 or 6. I mean, come on now. So a triple date, that means Katie was with Matt, Alexis was with John, and Jen was with Ryan. Jen says she hasn't heard it. She's still sitting like, I ain't heard no recording. Don't put me in it. Katie says she's never hung out with Alexis alone. Well, if y'all went on a date, then you wasn't alone, Katie. You were with your husband and she was with her fiance. But okay. Katie and Jen, are they gonna fall out this season? What y'all think? So Shannon believes Jen because she says she don't lie. But I'm like, girl, well, she might. I don't know. Heather believes Alexis. She says because Jen don't remember details. But it's like, that's true. But Jen, how come these people don't know if they was there or not? And let's just put it like this. Jen was there. She just don't remember that. Maybe she was reading the menu. Maybe she was playing footsies with Ryan. Maybe she was, maybe she went to the restroom, child. I don't know. Maybe she went to go check the meter outside. Maybe somebody came up to her that know her kids and she was distracted. I mean, maybe you were there and you just don't remember that. Now she don't know if she was there. I don't know, child. And production wasn't there because they ain't running no tape back either. Okay, Heather tells Jen, there's just no coming back from this. Katie is doing this, and she has crossed so many other lines too. And so Jen is piping up at Heather like, and so has Tamra. Child, Jen had found her voice this season. Okay, now this is Jen's second or third season. Third? I don't know. Maybe third, huh? Okay, so has Tamra. And so Heather's like, well, look, I'm not Tamara's keeper. And Jen is like, and I'm not Katie's keeper. And Jen asks Heather, do you feel that way because it's safer to be in that position? And Heather was like, honey, I'm not. I'm not scared of Tamara. Tamara feels like she's being held to a different standard. That's what she over there telling Emily. And she thinks that Jen is the devil. And she feels like they are baiting her, like they want her to say something so that they can sue her. And she's been through that already with Alexis, right? Is Tamara and Alexis still cool? Do we know? Sorry for the interruption, besties. I don't know if you caught that, but I didn't have my computer plugged in and it just shut down. Then I had to plug it back, but I was able to retrieve my video. So we can continue. And if I need to edit anything out, I will. Okay. So Heather's like, bump all that. Check this out. I'm throwing myself a birthday party. And this is like 6 weeks after her birthday. But she has a very good reason why she waits for her birthday. So Heather's birthday is January the 5th. And she sounds like she's trying to have her party like at the end of February, the beginning of March. But her reasoning is because it's right after her birthday is after the holidays. People are broke, fat, hungover, tired, don't feel like partying no more, right? So she waits. And so she's throwing herself a birthday party. And so um, she has invited Tamara, of course, and she asked, is Jen and Ryan coming? And Heather is like, of course, I'm inviting them. And so Tamara tells Heather that her lawyer told her not to be in the same room with Ryan. And she let Heather know that she will not come. Heather wants everyone to come because she throws these lavish parties, and her y'all drama ain't hers. Come have a good time. Let's just have a good time. Heather is a fun girl. She might be a little, she's bougie, she's older and more relaxed, but she likes to have fun. Heather likes to have that quick and slick kind of fun. Like, come, have a good time and go home. That's all. No big deal. And so she's telling Jen, I want everyone to come, but I don't know how to handle this. So Jen tells Heather that she's choosing Tamara. Well, you're choosing Tamara. And then she goes off about how much pain Tamara has caused her. About saying the FBI came and raided Ryan's house and disturbed her children and got everybody in an uproar. She is hollering at this point about the money she had to pay for the attorney fees, honey. And she let us know these are fees that I couldn't even afford. Honey, she is mad, mad. Do y'all hear me? The people in the restaurant are turning around looking. Honey, Jen, Heather has pushed a button. Tamara is a trigger for Jen. She was like, F her. And she is just blowing up. And she tells Heather, but you can just uninvite me because Ryan is my husband. And I'm like, no, baby, he's your almost husband. He's your fiance. Slow down. So everybody looking at him, right? And they going back and forth and back again about lowering themselves for their friendships with Tamara and Katie, honey. It is like, OMG. It's like Tamara versus Katie. And so then we move over here to Katie's house. Hey, y'all. So Katie's at home with her husband and her oldest son, the one who lived in San Diego. He went to finish up school. I don't know. It's okay. Let's go. It seemed like he moved in full time with Katie and her family. But remember, he was staying in San Diego to finish out his 12th grade year. And it seems like he moved to the house, but he still drives back and forth. Well, she said he ain't never at home because he got a girlfriend, he got school, he got to work, he got this and that and that. So they're chilling. The youngest, he's happy that his brother is there. The daughter she wasn't there. I don't know where she went. And then they were just saying how the middle one, the one that lives with the father, I believe, in Georgia. But when he came for the holidays, this is his first time saying that he wants to move in with her and the family. And so the youngest is like, yeah, because I get mad at him because I can't see him all the time. And so, yeah, how cute. Okay. And we love the little home scenes. I ain't gonna lie. We love that. So Gina, Emily, and Shannon go on a triple date and they go bowling. Shannon brings Adam, and he's from Love Hotel. So we met, who was that last week? Was his name Earl or Ernest? We met him last week. That's who she picked, right? But they didn't date. Did we see? No. No. She just talked about him. So she brings Adam. This is one of her homies from Love Hotel. And they have on matching bowling shirts, pink and black. They looking real 1970s, but it's cute. And everyone sucks at bowling except for Shane. Everyone sucks. Uh what's Travis? He sucks. Shannon sucks. Everybody, Gina sucks. I think even Emily was sucking at it, but Emily was eating, child. I'm telling you, Emily got that little fat girl that lives inside of her. Emily, I understand your pain, girl, but it's funny to see, but you still got that little fat girl inside of you. And hey, maybe she didn't eat all day and she was waiting. She got it together, if she, whatever. It's funny. I mentioned the little fat girl last week, and I guess we're going to see her every week. So Gina is over to question Adam because she doesn't want to meet another Johnny J. And this is episode 3, and we have mentioned him about 2 or 3 times in this episode, and we need to go ahead and just let that go. I told y'all I want to hear after episode 3. I don't want to hear about Johnny J no more. Because we can say lawsuit without saying him. We can say X without saying his name. So Adam is doing good with his answers to all of Gina's questions. Shannon had a cocktail in her hand. Did y'all see that? I was like, ooh, and I was like, Shannon. And what is that? I can't remember the drink that she always ordered last season, but it's like it looked like it's the same drink, and I cannot remember what it is. Is it vodka with a spritzer or something? Anyway, we see her over there drinking, and I mean it's okay. You just can't keep drinking. Okay, so over at Jen and Ryan's child, Jen's youngest son is in trouble. He got in trouble. He talking too much in PE, and he trying to do all the sports. And so Ryan is laughing as he tries to ground him and tell him to go upstairs. He's grounded. And the little boy runs upstairs and says, "Thank you, Ryan, for saving me." And so Jen is looking at Ryan like, that's not how you raise kids. So they are working on their parenting styles. Jen calls Ryan the fun uncle, and Jen wants Ryan to be an addition to the family and not take the place of the dad, because Ryan says he wishes that their dad was more active, but the dad is choosing to be less active in the kids' lives because they live with Ryan. Oh, brother. Wow. Jen talks to the oldest that's in the house because there's an older son. I didn't catch his name, but he's 21. But she's talking to the 18-year-old because he's getting ready to leave to go to the Marines, and she wants to move the wedding date up. So they get into that, and he's happy and excited to go because this is all, the father is behind all this. I don't know if the father was in the Marines or he's following in his footsteps, but his dad is behind his decision in going to the military. And then they went on talking about the other son. He co-signed for a student loan. He goes to he goes to USC. And child, his money that he gonna make in the Marines is not gonna take care of that student loan. But he co-signed for his brother to go to college, and they like, are you crazy? And I like I love the little at-home thing. I love that. We need that. So Tamara and Heather meet for lunch. Tamara meets the toucan that called her fat seasons ago. She said, that was you that called me. No, called her old. Was it old or fat? Old. I think the toucan bird called her old. And she remembered that she confronted him on her way up the stairs before she met Heather at lunch. So Heather tells Tamara that she's being really calm. And so Tamara's like, yeah, the therapy is working on me. I'm trying to just pray and hope for the best for Teddy because Teddy is struggling with her health at this time. But we know she did heal and she's better. But then it wasn't, it was up and down. So, she's stressing off of that. Tamara is telling Heather not to invite Ryan because she doesn't. She said, you don't even know him. Like, why are you inviting him to your party? And it's like because you're on a reality show and everybody has to come. It's a cast event and everybody has to show up. This is how it goes. But go off, y'all. And of course, she's questioning, where Heather's loyalty is, because of course, Tamara, her feelings are hurt. So Heather tells her to just steer calm of him, like, steer calm, steer clear. She's like, just steer clear of him. This is a big place. He over there, you go over there. If he at the bar, you go to the lounge. If he, it's a lot. It's big. It's a Heather event. You don't have to see him. She like, just get dressed, bring Eddie, and come on, because this girl wants everybody to come have fun for a little bit of time. So Tamara's like, oh no, Eddie's not gonna want to come. He's not coming to that. Nope, he ain't got time. He don't even like y'all. And so over at Heather's house, she's getting ready for her party. Honey, Terry is riding her butt about how much this party costs. And she trying to be all, he like, tell me, what's the number? She like, he like, is it more than the Nobu party? So they flash back in 2021, that party. Remember, it was at one of those beautiful homes and that she owned. And she had ordered up all that sushi and they came and acted a fool and she had to put everybody out. She put Shannon out. Well, that party was $35,000. So she was like, times four. And he was like, times four. He is flipping out. So I'm like, okay, what is going on right here and now? Terry is getting older. He probably is thinking and looking at retirement. Do I need to put up how old Terry is? Are we gonna? I mean, it comes a time. He got his show too, but there comes a time. All the kids are grown. Terry Dubrow. This man is 66 years old. They've been married since 1999 too. He is 66 years old. His birthday, he's a Virgo too. His birthday is September 14th. So he'll be 67. All the kids are grown in college. Things are expensive. You keep moving. I'm sure they got to pay every time they move. I'm sure they're paying high taxes. And now you got this house in limbo. You don't want to keep going, but you got to put a floor in, and that's going to be thousands and thousands of dollars. And Terry he wants to wind down and settle down. And this girl is running up the calculator, child. So her party is about $140,000. And Terry is flipping out. Like, because you ain't acting no more. You ain't doing nothing because the kids are grown. So, yeah, you just at home spending. So, there might be some trouble because I don't think Terry has ever did that. He kind of like, he'll take it on the chin, but he wasn't taking this price on the chin. Not today. So I'm sure he's thinking, I ain't gonna never be able to retire with Heather. And let me tell y'all, quick story. I have a client, right? He was married to the love of his life. They were married for a little over 20 years, right? And so, he's thinking about retirement. And he married a shopaholic. This woman shopped. And this was like maybe 20 years ago. When they bought a new house, one of the bedrooms she converted into her closet. And this is before people were doing this, regular people. We know stars did it. But remember, we wasn't on social media. So if people were doing it, we didn't know because we only got to see things, in the magazines or whatever. So he ended up divorcing her because he said the rate, she's continued to shop and shop and shop and shop. He said he would never be able to afford his lifestyle retired with the way she shops. And she didn't care. And he would talk to her. They would try. And she just didn't care. So he had to leave her in the wind. At least that's what he told me. I don't know her side of the story. But we'll get back to this. Okay, y'all. Do y'all know anybody else that had to divorce somebody because they feared retiring because the woman or the man was running up the register? And Heather, you better chill, girl. So the ladies are getting ready They're all at their houses getting ready. Did y'all peep Shannon's glam lady? I was like, all right, Shaniqua. She was a big girl. She was half black, half white, possibly. Child, she had her box braids, honey. She had them knotless box braids. Baby, all the baby hair, though. I was like, all these little kissy cues. I said, all right, all right. She had tattoos. They call it a sleeve. Child, and she had on some Jordans. I said, I can't wait to see Shannon's makeup. Shannon gonna look real. Shannon and healed, honey. She done got a whole new glam squad. She like, give me a little bit of spicy with my makeup artist. I want a little bit of spice. I said, all right, ma'am. Okay. So Heather and her son and husband, they arrived to the venue for her party. And there is so much going on because this is a Heather Dubrow party. So she has Heather style. She has a gong, the boom. She has a gong. She has a girl sitting in a big old champagne glass. She has people rolling joints and really like rolling marijuana. She has some people writing Japanese poetry. She has sushi, sliders, French fries, grilled cheese sandwiches. Um, Professional photographers, she said, not the paparazzi. Don't get it confused. I said, okay. So the ladies start to arrive, and here comes Emily. Is Ryan and Jen coming? Is Tamara coming? I'm like, listen here, messy boots. Where is your inner fat girl? Go get you a grilled cheese and some sushi and a slider and some fries and go sit down. She just got to know. So everyone is coming. Everyone's there. Now Shannon shows up with another friend, honey. Adam didn't come, honey. She had Phil this time. And he's from Love Hotel too. Gretchen and Slade are there. Hey, Gretchen, girl. Hey, girl. She didn't have much screen time, but she's a friend. She was okay with that. Um, and what did Tamara call her? Was talking about her look. I forgot what she called her. She like pretty much she was saying Gretchen looks dated, but she does, and I'm trying to understand what it is. Gretchen needs something done with her hair. Her makeup is okay. She just needs to do something else with her hair, and I don't know what she should try, but she needs to try some other hairstyles. What did Besties? Do y'all remember what Tamara called her at the beginning of the episode? Oh, something. So anyway, Gretchen is explaining to Emily that she broke Slade's third leg. His and she lay all like, what? Even Shane is like, huh? And so she explains to us that she was riding him and she bent his penis. So when it gets hard, it tilts, it leans, it curves, and there's some scar tissue that was scraped, and so she broke it. And he was sitting, and Slade is like, yeah, she broke my dick, yeah, she broke it, but it was all worth it. Yeah, she rides real good. She too rough. Calm down, Gretchen. Goodness gracious. I was like, oh, it must be good. It must be good. And wait, did y'all see they had put Slade on the screen and they called him Gretchen's life partner or something like that? So Katie is there. She says she's sad to see Shannon. And child, Shannon is avoiding Katie at all stops. Oh, and even Phil, he like, oh, do you want to go talk to her? No. Do you want to try to make amends? No. Why don't you rekindle your friendship? No. Like, Phil, shut up. Like, don't bring him, Shannon. He too messy. He don't know how to chill and be cool. So Katie comes over and tells Shannon that she's very wrong. Sorry, that she's very sorry. I'm sorry. Right. And so Shannon tells Katie, your excuses are not apologies, and recording me is illegal. I was like, get her, Shannon. recording me in the state of California is illegal. Without my consent, it's illegal. Shannon tells Katie she expects her privacy, you know, videotaping her while she was upset. Like, come on. Katie's like, I don't remember what it was about. Shannon was like, because it's none of your business. And Katie's like, well, you were at your station because Shannon said she had stepped out. She said, no, you were at your station on speakerphone when me and Jen were sitting. And Emily is over there asking Gretchen, would she be able to get past this if it was her? And Gretchen said, I don't know. That's a hard one. They're all looking on, right? Because you know, if you're going to get into it with Shannon, Shannon will be screaming at you, okay? But yeah, she does. She said on Watch What Happens Live, she said, I don't scream that much, you know, I'm calmer. She's working on it. She's like, I'm not spazzing out. And Andy said, Shannon. Cracked up. Andy was like, Shannon, like you gonna sit up here and lie, you'll be crashing out, Shannon. So right. Shannon was shouting at Katie because Katie says Shannon made it her business. She was like, you made it my business. Because I was on a phone call with a potential investor. Shannon in her confessional says, well, it wasn't that darn important that you hung up the phone with him to record me. I was like, good point, Shannon. And so Emily is telling Heather that they over there having a thing. And so, you know, Heather's like, should I go over there? Should I go over there? And then Shane gonna say, well, y'all should record them and, you know, play it later. I said exactly. Shane, I think me and Shane, he's my spirit animal. He is I would have said the same thing. Maybe y'all should record them and, you know, play it later. So Katie then lies and tells Shannon that no one heard it. Child, production run the tape back. Heather saying Alexis said she heard it from you, Katie. Shannon tells her she's worried about her mental stability. Katie is in her confessional like, I'm the one calm. You're the one yelling and hollering. Um, I think your mental state is in questioning. And Katie's eyes got so big. She was like, my mental, oh, y'all can't see me. She was like, my mental state. And I mean, to see a Chinese lady's eyes or Korean lady's eyes get big and full, I was like, whoa, something's going on there. So Shannon brings up all the BS that she went through with Johnny J, you know, the Ring camera being recorded with her DUI when she hit the house or whatever. All that was, you know, she was breaking down in Sonoma. Katie was right there with her and telling what, you know, all there, just being supportive. So we thought. Shannon's told Katie she feels violated and she's putting her in the same category as John. She's just as slimy as him. Here go Katie. Oh, so what you trying to say? I sued you for $75,000? And I'm like, this is when Shannon should have had a Jackie and Chantel moment. She should have just clocked her. Don't play with me. Don't play in my face. And she was like, yeah, but no, not that part, but you recorded me too. You recorded me. And so what happened to you from John and Alexis is not my fault, Shannon. Duh. See, that's why you should have clocked her. So the ladies are over there figuring out if they should go over there and break them up. Jen wants Gina to go. Gina don't want to go. Heather keep asking, should I go over there now? Should I go over there now? Emily says, well, no, because, you know, Shannon's going to do what she does. She's going to get up and leave soon. Like Jackie over there, Basketball Wives. But no, Shannon is not leaving, child. She is still there telling Katie that she will never speak to her again and says she is worse than Alexis and you are worse than Tamra. Ooh, it's spicy already, y'all. The men over there like, I'm gonna stay out of it. That was Katie's husband. I was like, now wait a minute, Katie's husband, Matt, Come on now. This woman is hollering and screaming at your wife. Your wife's eyes have gotten big. She looks uncomfortable. You need to do something. Now, I ain't saying be Peter Thomas, get all the women's business, but I know my husband, he would have got up and kind of went over there and be like, "Hey, you okay? Like, can y'all calm down?" Like, he would have been talking to me, like, and her, like, sis, like, y'all need to work. Can y'all, calm down? He would have did the little, like, calm down, calm down. You need to say something. You need to have my back no matter what. This woman is screaming and hollering at me. The man she is with is just a friend. He's not her husband, but you are Katie's husband. You need to do something. You should. You should before the police show up. You should. To just calm it down, right? Because Shannon does holler and scream, and it could get violent because I said that because Katie be talking too much. I didn't sue you for $75,000. Child, the way my hand would have met her eyeball. I don't, and I'm not even getting that condoning. Y'all know we just talking. Now we just talking, but she deserved to get. I ain't lying. Don't talk crazy to me while we trying to work things out. You came over here bothering me, talking about you was sorry. Now, don't come over here with all that rah-rah in your throat, okay? So the man gonna stay out of it. Emily says, that's bad. And Shannon tells Katie, we're done. Shannon then walks away. And Emily, the fat girl in Emily, says, she left her grilled cheese. I said, are you going to eat it? But Shannon let us know on Watch What Happens Live. She said, oh, yeah, I left that one, but I grabbed me another one on my way out. I was like, see what I'm saying, y'all? This is going to be Shannon's breakout season. Shannon, don't make me go back on what I'm saying. I'm rooting for you, sis. I'm rooting for you, sis. Okay, besties. It's a to be continued also. So we're going to have to tune in next week to see what happens, honey. Do Shannon really leave or do she do a Chantel and walk away and turn around, come back and with another thing to say? Well, we know it won't get physical because they don't do that on Bravo. But honey, I'm here for it. Besties, like the video, drop down in the comments and let me know what you thought. And I'll see you on the next recap. Bye, besties.